G'day mates and welcome back to Emperor. Today we're heading into the Qin dynasty, or Qin I believe it's pronounced, the Qin dynasty. Now this episode has been a little bit late. It's been about a week or so since I released my last one, probably about 2 weeks since I last recorded. And that is pretty much because work has been starting to hit me quite significantly. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. It is sort of heading towards that season right now, and unfortunately I don't make anywhere near enough through either Patreon. I think I got one donor on there, and YouTube pays virtually nothing. So unfortunately I do have to look after myself. So the next episode is probably going to be a bit late, and quite possibly the one after that as well. But I'm doing my best. I will get a couple episodes out as often as I can. Hopefully once a week is my current goal, although I would like to go back to every 2 or 3 days once I get things back together and things quieten down a little bit. Let's dive on into the Qin dynasty and let's see what we've got.
Royal Administrator of the Kingdom of Qin. As you are aware, not long ago, Zheng Guo, emissary and chief architect from the lecherous state of Han, arrived in our capital of Yong seeking an audience with our leader, King Huanxian. Surprisingly, instead of being summarily executed, this Han vermin actually had his request granted. In fact, he evidently convinced our normally wise leader of the importance of some construction scheme, a canal linking the Luo and Jiang rivers. According to this yak-brained emissary, such a canal would facilitate moving produce and supplies north of unnavigatable portions of the Wei River. The decision has been made. The canal shall be built. Thus, it is that our noble king, trusting in your abilities, wishes for you to oversee construction of the canal in the mountainous Huanxian region. Engineers have already dug a pass through one high ridge and marked the canal's path, but the lot of excavating work is still to be done. You must establish work settlements and keep the peasants' noses in the dirt. Luckily, that region is also known to be rich in iron ore. Producing weapons and training some troops is advisable. Both are likely to be needed as our borders are still in flux.
Alrighty, looks like a little bit of casual racism up here. And I noticed this here, this one looks like a misspelling. I'm almost certain that it's Huang, H-U-A-N, Huanxian, but maybe I'll be corrected when we get in the mission, I'm not sure. And looks like troops are going to be required. Now, it's a fairly simple one. All we need to do is accomplish the Grand Canal, the wonder, I suppose, the monument at some point, and iron bars should be fairly simple. So let's have a look what we've got. Pause that, slow time right down, and I'm assuming, yep, there you go, that is almost exactly the same as the Great Wall by the looks of things. This is a... is it 33 per load, or is that just 33 for the entire thing? That'll be very easy to produce. Okay, I'm looking at the stone. I'm suspecting we're going to have to line up the stone at some point as well. What do we need? Iron. They mentioned iron. Looks like it's here. How do we get up there? Here and up there. Okay, so there's a fair bit of iron here. So we can put all our iron smelters around this little area here. Although it'd be a very nice farming area as well. What can we grow? No silk, no lacquer. No silk. Where in the world are we? We are Huanxian. Yeah, see, H-U-A-N. So they spelt it incorrectly in the little text at the beginning there. Where am I going to build? I'm going to build, I think, one housing block there. Shit, very limited space. Maybe I'd be better off building 2 housing blocks down here. Not sure, unless I build one there and another one down here. It's going to be a little bit tight. What food sources have we got? We've got 2 food sources and hunters as a 3rd food source. I really seriously dislike hunting in this game. Looks like the pheasants are up there. Is there any more meat on the map? Okay, looks like there's iron down here as well. Looks like it's a long way for us to travel, but I suppose we could put the iron down the bottom here instead of putting it up the top, and that would give us more space for farming and everything. This is a pretty shitty looking map. I'm going to have to think my way through this one. So I'm going to be back once I've figured out. Looks like we're not missing anything major. We can't build jade carvers. And in fact, the Anyi and Khufu or Chufu thing is no longer going now that we're in a new dynasty. So it looks like the training wheels are off. So I'll cut back once I know how to approach it. Okay, this is how we're setting up our first housing block. A little bit shorter, or considerably shorter than I normally like it. And oh, look, there's more pheasants over here. Not peasants, we're not going to eat the peasants. I've also got a second block over here that should provide us. That one's closer to my normal length. I have been going a little bit shorter than my original length, simply because I don't think it was working out quite as well. I have got to sort of gradually refine things back, so I am working on getting there eventually. Now I think I'm going to work on getting a farm up almost straight away. I'm sending off all our people and we don't really know what to focus on. Almost certainly going to be weapons early on. Weapons and iron, I suspect, will be very viable. Yeah, I'm going to have my my mill's going to go down here at some point in the future. Probably even, I may even have to destroy a house or something. That would fit there very, very nicely. Actually, you can go fairly far over without getting bad feng shui, so I think I will leave those trees there for now. But we're going to need to throw down a farm, cabbage and wheat. I think cabbage doesn't grow very well here. We're going to have to find that out anyway. But the problem being, if I put a farm up here, I won't be able to irrigate it. So yeah, it looks like farms are going to have to be a little bit scattered all over the place here. I don't think we're going to have a particularly efficient mission here, but we'll do the best we can. Okay, looks like wheat and cabbage go quite well together. So the cabbage season begins in August, and the wheat harvest is currently going, so from March to July. So things are looking pretty good there. So I can get a fairly good balance of foods here. There's a gap in between them. The problem, of course, is that there are not very many ideal feng shui locations to place this. I may end up moving them and placing them out, on this crappier terrain closer to the cliffs, but there's going to be a little bit of overlap here. I don't think that's a huge concern, though. I can probably throw in that much. What was that? That was cabbage, and I'll throw a bit of a cabbage crop down here as well. Yep, probably. Yeah, about that, and I think the wheat can all go in the centre, although cabbage doesn't seem to grow up as well, so I might throw a little bit of extra. Yeah, I can change it up as I go on later. Okay, looks like the people are beginning to come back, and Anyi has opened up, which is great. Ying, Shu, Wu, nomad camps. Looks like everyone else has rejected. Now, one thing I forgot to cover in my little introductory spiel a little while ago was that Yong appears to be our trade partner, an ally. They're actually an ally with us. That's great. Now, cabbage they'll buy, virtually worthless, but they will buy iron. Pretty low value good, all things considered, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because we can sell a whole bunch of it, and it does mean we don't need to use workers on making weapons. But I'm sure somebody else will buy weapons from us. They buy silk, which is used. Actually, Anyi is completely useless to us. They will sell us salt and millet, which is going to be great because we can get additional food types, because hunting is very, very unreliable. So I suspect we're going to trade with them quite early on. Unfortunately, can't sell them anything. You will buy ceramics and iron. That's kind of cool. You need wheat, so I guess we could sell that later if we had the option. Can I make? Let's pause that temporarily. No, I can't make carved jade at all. So yeah, I thought I could get a bit of a synergy going up between nomad camps and Shu, but that's not going to happen. Rice is good, we might need that. Iron and ceramics again. Iron and wheat. And okay, it looks like there's no weapons at all. So our weapons industry will only need to be as big as our military requires, and possibly for gifting to the ancestors. So let me think about this. Let me think about it. We're going to need a lot of iron. These cabbagey kind of things and wheat are not worth the effort in setting up a logistics network. So we're going to need, can't sell stone, unfortunately. We're going to need a shit ton of iron thrown down, probably here and here. I think we're going to need to tap both of these locations as soon as we can, as soon as we get the food pouring in. Although, given that we're expecting military, I think I might even throw down an admin city somewhere soon, and we'll get into that quick smart. Okay, I've temporarily put the agriculture up to high, and I've shut down 2 of these just so we can start farming and getting a little bit of food in. This is wheat, so we might be able to get a little bit. How much? Should have enough to throw that on as well, not quite, although... yeah, I think it's going to fill up quickly, so we can get a little bit of wheat out of this. Actually, we've got no wheat at all, so I guess I'll just put you back on, and it'll be the cabbage season is what's going to give us the food that we need, and that begins in August. So we did miss our first potential food source, but it's highly unlikely to get that anyway. Really can't set our city up quick enough. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cabbage is being grown right now. Look at that stuff. I love this. I'm a bit of a farmer myself. That actually is my job, so I quite enjoy watching all the agriculture go on. Must be something deep-seated in me. But either way, we're about to set up, now that we've got a little bit of unemployment about to kick in, although we are at very high, so it's not real unemployment, but we can start throwing down a couple of these. How do I want to work this? I think I could go all the way down here and just put a wall between them. Iron smelters appear to hate trees, but they will accept anything else. Cliffs and the water table are fine, and maybe they don't even need the water table. Actually, yeah, they do need the water table. They won't accept dry stuff. They will accept near cliffs and wherever the water table is high. That's pretty useful. That gives me pretty much everywhere to build except for trees. So, how am I going to do this? I could just throw, I delete those trees there. And I'll just throw you up behind. I can do a bit of a loop. Like that. Now, see my thinking in a couple of seconds. We can go up like this. And that'll give us massive iron smelting capabilities. And what we can do is throw down our... yeah, I've got to be kidding me. Take off more of that then. Throw our warehouse down... God, I hate warehouses. They've got this tiny little... okay, the warehouse can go there. And the safety thing can go over here. There we go, that's beautiful. Now that will get this all beautifully set up, and can start getting some iron in, and we will turn a couple of those into weapons, I think. Okay, 1 set of food going in. That food should be enough to keep those people going, so I'm going to throw down a second food shop over here just to start feeding up both blocks. We've got more than enough stored up here with a lot more waiting, so I think we'll get these people fed up very, very quickly. What do you need? Bland food. Oh, it's just a different looking house, but they are the same level. Once those guys get in, we should have more than sufficient unemployment ticking over to start throwing down the weaponsmiths that we're going to need. Okay, 700 food there, 500 food in stock there, although they are still travelling through and feeding them. I have now put both of these up to plain food, so they're not going to take this wheat harvest when it comes in, and we're going to wait until the subsequent cabbage harvest again, and then we'll have whatever we have. What are we eating right now? We're eating stirred green cabbage. Yum, yum. Yeah, it's the same. Now, what was that message that I missed before? Employees needed, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to be able to start lowering this very, very shortly once the unemployment kicks in. We're starting to get weapons produced now, and everything's going to be backing up shortly. Next thing we're going to need is a fort. Where, oh where, would I put a fort? It's going to be infantry because I don't have anything else available. I think there is probably where I'm going to put the fort, because there's nothing else I'm going to need to put here, I don't think. And it's close enough. So I'm going to throw that there, connect you up, and connect you up, and of course, smash a roadblock there. Now that's good. Now we have ourselves a fort that'll allow us to build up shortly, and I think from here on out we should be safe, because I've noticed that I cannot build a palace or any nobles housing, so I'm only going to need the 1 fort. That's a pretty good thing to keep in mind. So there may be some military, but it's going to be pretty weak military, all things considered, and I can't build towers or anything, so I don't suspect there'll be any major problems here. Okay, I had a lot of food backing up, so I've decided to throw down a little warehouse over here as well, just to keep things... It doesn't work quite as well as it did in Pharaoh, simply because these guys prioritize going down to the mill first, which sort of stops me from making it a halfway point. which is kind of shit. But the problem is, if this wheat is sitting here for a long time, if the next wheat harvest comes around, that will just disappear. So it's worthwhile stocking this stuff up now, so that we're not actually wasting any food that's available. Alrighty, foreign emissary, let's have a quick look here. Gift of cash. Why did they give us a gift of cash? I guess because we're their allies. I didn't need the cash, so maybe they're going to ask for something. Oh, we've also run out of food over here. That's not a major concern because we have, actually we have way too much unemployment. That's not good. I suppose at this point I need to start thinking about how to take care of that. I'm thinking hemp plantations are going to be the next one, although opening up a ceramics industry wouldn't hurt. No festival, I could probably work on that as well. I'm thinking a ceramics industry is a way to go. Where can I get ceramics and clay from? Clay can come from up here quite easily. I could set up a little ceramics industry up here and start exporting that, because money's going to be the big one. Now we've got the weapons almost completely done. I'm actually going to only need probably a small... Actually no, I'll keep the weapons on hand because we can use it to gift to our what do you call them? Our gods, our ancestors. Okay, some of the gods are beginning to get a little bit unhappy, and I don't want to give away any more weapons simply because we're going to need to start stocking up the iron, and every time I give away weapons, it prompts another, what's that, 12 iron or something. Yeah, 3 loads or so. 4 loads, okay, so 16 iron to be taken away. So I really prefer not to do that and stockpile our iron because we're going to need to start exporting very shortly. Now the good thing is that our hemp farms down here that I threw up a little while ago are going to be smashing that warehouse full, so we can make our gods quite happy very shortly. Actually, I've also got a fair bit of wheat I could consider. No, we'll save that for the festival for this year. How's our unemployment going? It is very low, that's bad. So I think I'm going to need to throw down a hemp farm as well. But there's the hemp coming in. Let's start sending off some large hemp gifts, or some medium hemp gifts to start with. And we'll get that all sorted. Oh, not to mention our ceramics industry, our massive ceramics industry that I have thrown down. Now this is a little bit of a loop here. They should cover everything they need, and they can store the ceramics down here. It's a little bit far, but I wanted it to be handy for both of these blocks as well as for any export that we may do in the future. Alrighty, hemp now being distributed, and our people are leveling up. They do require appetizing food to go any further, but I don't think I'm actually going to provide that unless we have some major issues, and that'll be done via import. I'll actually be importing stuff in if we need to do that. Gods are reasonably happy. We've got now a couple of ceramics that we can send off as well to keep everyone nice and pleased, and the hemp is of course holding out, although the first supply does drain quite a bit. I think we're going to be stocking up very quickly. In terms of weapons, we've got a lot of weapons there, but I'm going to only keep it maintained at 8 for the time being. We've got enough iron now though, that we can start considering who we're going to trade with. Now, Lindsay will produce bean curd, so we can actually buy the bean curd for food, but on top of that, we can get our ceramics now iron sold off, so they are a very good choice. So I'm going to give them a big gift of iron, or a medium gift of iron, and when they're happy with that, I can place them here and take care of everything we need. It'll be nice and centrally located. Okay, foreign emissary, let's have a quick look here. Helping hand from Yong. Yep, okay, we have gone into debt, so they've given us a lot of extra cash. Brilliant. What I can do here is actually throw down... Ooh, price increase for iron, that's nice. And Lindsay's grateful for iron. A lot of things happening at once here, so I'm going to hold off on what I'm doing until we get this sorted. Open trade with them. They should be happy enough to open trade. What I'm doing now is, now that everybody is moving in, I'm beginning to lower the wage rate while also simultaneously throwing down just a couple of these guys to get the canal dug as quick as we can. We've got space for 900, nearly 1,000 more people coming in. So there's a lot of employment that's going to be coming in. It's going to shoot upwards. So I should be able to bring that back to normal and throw a couple of these down. And here we go, they are beginning to dig through the dirt. It looks like little bridges are being put up. That's going to look really nice when this is eventually filled with water. So we'll have it going through right through the centre of our town. It's going to be a beautiful little construction site. And there we go, trade with Lindsay has opened up, and it's just in time because we're practically out of cash now. So we'll throw down trade with Lindsay right here, and they're going to export as many ceramics as we can get and all the iron that we can get. Unfortunately, not vast volumes of each, but that should keep us going for the time being. Now that we've got those done, with a lot of ceramics and iron as well, we need to consider who else will buy. Now, Yong is already open and they will buy iron. How much have we made in 1 year? 33 in 1 year. So I think we can handle throwing Yong down as well. Ooh, it's just a little bit tight, but I think I can move things around a little bit. You, Yong, are going... Actually, I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to throw you down further because I want enough space for someone to buy ceramics to go up there. So Yong can go down here and they will buy all the iron that we can produce. Actually surprises me quite a bit. Iron is more valuable than ceramics are. So this iron is something I really need to keep around. I'm going to have to, I think, scale back my number of weaponsmiths. So is there anyone here who doesn't have many loads? Unfortunately, doesn't matter what I destroy, I'm going to take out a whole bunch of iron, so I'll just leave them there. At the very least, they can turn that into weapons, which can be gifted to gods, but there's a lot of value to be had here. Okay, Yong demanding iron. That's unfortunately a lot of stuff that we're going to need, and we are in debt, so I'd prefer not to do this, but if we keep them on side, maybe they will give us a little bit of cash as well. They are currently congenial. I wonder if I can request cash from them as well. Strings of cash. I'll request and see what they give me, and hopefully the dispatch of iron will keep them happy. Phase 2 of the monument construction here. We're digging down just a little bit deeper, so it appears 33 loads of dirt is a tiny little bit. You can see it's like a tiny little divot, and now it's got a much larger divot, and I'm assuming it's just going to keep on going down. I have prepared a whole bunch of stone down here on the off chance that we're going to need it. It doesn't say that we need it, but oh, there you go. It looks like, okay, that's easy. So we need 132 bits of stone. Thank you, Yong. So 132 bits of stone is not going to be too difficult. That should be something we can take care of very, very quickly. Okay, Yong's given us 2,000. That's brilliant. That's really going to get us out of the problem that we're in. And also, looks like Shu has agreed to open trade with us, which is really, really good because we can sell them. Wish it was the other way around, but doesn't matter. 12 ceramics is great. We can sell them iron, but we just are not producing enough at this point. But either way, that's another whole chunk of ceramics we can do. And who else will buy ceramics? Nobody else will buy ceramics, so we are currently tapped out on all the ceramics that we can sell, which is a little bit unfortunate. But if I could up our iron production somehow, then things would be even better. Alrighty, Yong demanding weapons. Good thing we have a little stash on hand. We can send that off. And you know, now that they've demanded weapons, I think I'm going to request additional cash from them. No surplus cash. That's interesting. They will sell us weapons. They will sell us millet. In that case, I'm probably going to demand or request some bundles of millet, and that'll give us additional food. I am importing over here some bean curd because we're having a little bit of a problem here in that for some reason not enough food has been going through. I suspect this has to do with the fact that wheat seems to be growing a hell of a lot better than cabbage. So we can start to supplement it with a few different types of food. We can level our housing up as well as solidify our current food stocks. Okay, looks like blocks of stone are now being required. We must have dug down as far as necessary, and they are in the process of throwing this stuff down. Yong grants millet. Excellent, we'll accept that. We only got 8 of it out of 12, but that'll tide us over a little bit further. Bean curd coming in. We're going to buy rice from you as well. You don't sell a lot of bean curd. 12 bean curd is not enough, and you will sell us millet. So we'll import whatever we can. We'll get a whole bunch of food in, and I think we need to start taxing our people as well. Oh, this is looking nice. They've upgraded the bridge even further, so it was a temporary wooden bridge. Now that we're bringing stone in, they appear to have put up a beautiful, beautiful stone bridge. This is going to look absolutely stunning once we are completed the whole city. Alrighty, finally managed to stabilize our tax flow. So the roughly 2,000, what do they call them, strings of cash that we bring in per year, that's actually quite a bit from taxes. I didn't realize it was so high. But 2,000 is more than enough to stabilize us. We are now making profit every year. So from here on out, it's simply a waiting game until this canal is eventually built. Yet another demand from Yong for iron. I'm going to, as usual, not let that pass without a equal request from the other side. Now they've got no spare cash, but no doubt I can request some food from them. How about we take some iron, because at least we can turn that in. I think I just gave them iron and now they're taking iron back. But either way, that will make us some profit. You know what, we gave them 10 bars of iron and we've requested and they've given us 12 bars back. And they are currently not pissed off at us. That is brilliant. We actually made profit from that request. Oh, and there you go. That actually happened a lot quicker than I thought. The Grand Canal is complete, and with that, we're going to win this mission. Let's just have a quick look, because as soon as I unpause this, I think we will win the mission. But let's see if we can just quickly pause it. Yes, we go. We can have a look at this spectacular canal right through the center. Looks a hell of a lot better. With a bit of road on each side, it would be nice to maybe put some gardens if I had some free play time. Put some gardens and level up this road into this nice proper paved road here. But absolutely stunning looking city right through the heart of it. Anyway, onwards to victory.
It has since been discovered that the idea for the canal was, after all, a cunning scheme by the treacherous state of Han. They hoped to bankrupt our coffers on a foolish project. Instead, their plan has backfired, and they are the fools. The Han kingdom now lies prostrate beneath the iron blade of Qin, and it was this wonderful canal that has allowed the produce of our farmlands to better supply our invincible troops. It is certain that other kingdoms will also topple, like Mahjong tiles before the might of Qin. Unification of the land under the glorious banner of Qin is all but assured.
And there we go, this guy appears to be a typical bureaucrat, has no idea what's going on. But we've done it, and it looks like the Kingdom of Qin is growing stronger. At this period in time, China really was just a bunch of different kingdoms. China proper didn't really exist. But looks like the Qin are expanding, and they may even be the first ones to unify China into Imperial China. I'm not sure what'll happen. I actually don't know my Chinese history very well, so we're going to find out in the next episode. I've been Blxz, guys, and this has been Emperor. Smash that thumbs up button if you do indeed enjoy the content, and just keep in mind that the next episode may be a little bit of time away. I'm working on cracking these out as well as I can, but it's a mix between doing them properly and getting them done at all.